I always said, if you hear that sound right there, I always tell you guys, once you hear that sound, that's the complete and utter downfall of PlayStation. Complete and utter downfall of PlayStation. Sound the alarms. Sound the alarms. I'm in a good mood today. I don't know why I'm in such a good mood. I'm in a chipper mood right now, and I'm doing housework. I'm doing chores, and I'm kind of like just talking to myself. Yes, I'm talking to myself, and as I'm talking to myself, I'm just saying the most profound things. I'm thinking about the most profound things. Do you guys talk to yourselves? Back in the day, I used to talk to myself, but I used to be ashamed of talking to myself, especially if somebody caught me. Nowadays I'm talking to myself and people are catching me and I'm continuing said conversation. I remember one time I was so ashamed. I was at the work. I'm literally having a full blown loud conversation with myself. And my coworker came in, caught me. I'm washing my hands in the damn bathroom. He walks in, catches me. He didn't even say that. He just smiled, started to wash his hands, and then I proceeded out of the bathroom. Now, skippity, scap. And the best, most profound conversations I have are with myself, man. I tell you, man, it's deep. And they say that you're crazy. They say you're not crazy if you're talking to yourself and you don't respond to yourself. Oh my God, what's going on out there, man? I don't know. What is going on out there? Oh no, I'm crazy. Yes, I'm having conversation. I'm responding to myself within the conversation. Yes. Holy smokes, this is crazy. I know, man, this is crazy. Yeah. Anyway, it's very good to see you guys. Very, very good to see you guys. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm in a very good mood right now. Maybe it's because of the downfall of PlayStation. I don't know what it is, but I'm just chipper right now. I'm just real chippery right now, guys. I'm full in on retro gaming. Like you see, the Valkyrie profile Lenneth will be coming to the PlayStation 4 pretty soon. I already have it here. I got my PSP 3000 right here downloading, getting access to digital games. These are games I bought in the past. I would never buy anything today. I got my DS Lite. Hold on. Where's my DS? I got my DS Lite here, and I'm playing retro Pokemon. I'm playing Pokemon Fire Red. I got my DS Lite right here. Bow. That's pink. Yeah, that's pink. Real gangsters don't give a damn about no pink. I got access to DS games and Game Boy Advance games. I got Xenoblade Chronicles. I'm almost at chapter 5. Please don't, no spoilers. Everybody's raving and ranting about chapter 5. Oh my God, chapter 5. Yeah, it was even trending on Twitter. So I can't wait to see what happens with that. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm playing like 3 or 4 games at one time, and I'm keeping up with everybody else. I'm looking at people's levels and stuff like that, and my level is right there with theirs, and I'm not even using the experience booster in the Xenoblade Chronicles through. I'll prove it. I'll show you guys. I don't know if my switch is here. I'm telling you, I'm not even using the experience boosters. I'm getting my levels organically. I like to fight those blue, the monsters with the blue over their head, over their numbers, and then the music changes. I like that song too. Oh man, wow! It's great. Gaming is great. You don't need PlayStation. All this time, I always thought I needed PlayStation to have fun. I don't. Nintendo Switch is somewhat of the blueprint of what PlayStation was, but I think that blueprint was going to be the Sony Nintendo console anyway. I think Square Enix and a lot of these companies gave all these games to PlayStation, and even till this day, you'll see Capcom, not Capcom, Neo Falcom. I think they're called Falcom, whatever they're called. A lot of these companies are still, in spite of Nintendo talking about they can't port their games, and their games look like it's Super Nintendo games, and they're talking about, oh man, I don't know if we can port the Trails of Cold Steel, man. The Nintendo Switch is not strong enough, and we're going to get into that as well within this podcast. I see everybody down there, almost at 11:30, playing whenever I can. Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles should win Game of the Year, but if Elden Ring wins, I wouldn't be mad. At least at least it's a non-interactive movie. At first I was saying on Twitter, I was saying that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has passed Pokemon Legends of Arceus, but I'm taking that back. I still think Pokemon Legends of Arceus, for me as a real gamer, I'm still saying Pokemon Legends of Arceus surpasses Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is a phenomenal game. It's an outstanding game, but I think there's too many negatives on the Zobi 70 checklist where I kind of go, I can't put it over Legends of Arceus. Legends of Arceus, in my opinion, has completely did something that you cannot do with Pokemon, and that is completely resculpt and remold what Pokemon is. And that's just a big no-no when it pertains to Pokemon. But it did that, and it did it with flying colors. And I really hope that they continue to sculpt and mold from the Legends of Arceus template, which looks like Scarlet is, but they're going back to multiplayer. But anyway, that's another conversation for another day. We got to get into The Last of Us Part 1. It's pretty sad to see The Last of Us Part 1. I think it's coming out this week. It's coming out this week, and I don't even think people even know. This is probably one of the most quietest launches I've ever seen in my entire life. What can we say about The Last of Us Part 1? It's supposedly a remake built from the ground up. It's going to be $70. Is it exclusive to the PlayStation 5? Is it also coming to the PC as well? Over the years, I've said so many crazy and outlandish things about PlayStation, but I never thought that PlayStation would stoop so low to go even lower than the outlandish things that I've ever said about this company. I've said that they don't care about their fans. I've said that they're a horrible company. I've said so many things about this company, but for them to come out with The Last of Us Part 1 is just the ultimate slap in the face to all PlayStation fans. All PlayStation fans. I don't give a damn if there's somebody on Twitter talking about they can't wait. They said that for the last 20 games and didn't buy them. The Last of Us Part 1 is just the ultimate disrespect coming from PlayStation and Sony. I cannot believe that this is something that's real. This hurts my feelings so much as a PlayStation fan that you guys never even heard me really talk about The Last of Us Part 1. You've never heard me even talk about it because it really hurts my feelings. It chokes me up a little bit. Sorry. It really chokes me up a little bit that, I've been a fan of PlayStation for so long. I would say for almost 20 something odd years. And to see how the company has demolished, and it's nobody's fault but PlayStation's. It's not the fans' fault. It's not Microsoft's fault. It's not Nintendo's fault. It's all PlayStation's fault. I cannot believe that this Friday we are getting a $70 game of a remaster to a remake to a remaster. This is the saddest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And this is, and there was a big thing going on back in the day a couple months ago. I had to end that with that single tweet. They stopped saying that because that was the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, in my entire life. And this was coming from the Xbox fanboys. Somebody needs to check those Xbox fanboys. Something's not right with them. They say things that really concern me when it pertains to gaming. The Xbox fanboys, man, this is a cash grab. Yeah, this is the Xbox guys. For those of you who've been following this channel, you guys know where I'm going with this. I'm going to say it one more time. Oh my God. This is a cash grab. What? This is a cash grab. Wouldn't the game have to sell in order for it to be a cash grab? The hell are you talking about? The Xbox fanboys, they think this is worth money. Oh my God. Wow. Sony's corrupted, man. No, they're not. Nobody's going to buy this. The Last of Us 2 was an unmitigated disaster. Nobody bought The Last of Us 1. That was a game that was contrived by the gaming media. Contrived by the gaming media. Contrived by the gaming media. That was not a game that people bought. People were talking about that generic laggy-ass multiplayer was better than the main game. That multiplayer was laggy as hell. It took you about 5 hours to find a match. I got into the match. I'm glitching. I'm gliding across the screen. I said, get this crap out. I took it off my goddamn console, and I despise The Last of Us with a passion. That is one game I truly do not understand why it's a thing. I understand this is going back. How old is The Last of Us now? Is it even 10 years old yet? This is going back in the time where we trusted the gaming media. The gaming media had a lot more power than it does right now. Some people might say the gaming media still has power. Not to a degree. Because if it was up to the gaming media, the Nintendo Switch would be last. The PlayStation would be first, and the Xbox would be second. But that's not true. The gaming media has absolutely no pull now because they have been lying and lying and lying and lying over and over and over again. They're trying to build up their credentials by overrating Japanese games like Elden Ring. Hold on, guys. We got some type of hacker in here. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Is the sound on?
Hold on, guys.
Okay, the sound is on. Hold on, guys. How do I get these hackers out of here? Shoot. Okay, there it is. Sorry, dudes. I'll be right with you. Hide user on this channel. It's insane. What is going on? These sexualized hackers are coming in here. Can we please stop? I've been begging the PC guys to please stop for so long, but they continue to push this narrative, and it's not true. Yeah, the PC guys are going to buy it. Wait, stop! Stop it! That's not true! Never in my life have I ever seen anybody go to the NPDs and show the PC sales. And that's the reason why they keep getting away with this garbage. That's the main reason why people keep coming up and saying PC, PC, PC. Why? Because there's no data to show it. I don't know anybody, and I mean not one English of a person that is buying their games on the PC. Thank you so much, Brand. Thank you. My boy. Mario. Thank you so much, Mario. Stopping through, brother. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, man. Thank you so much for the donations. Really appreciate that, man. Somebody said we don't get donations, man. I'm the hardest worker, and I put the most work. I'm the most talented, the most prettiest. I'm the greatest of all time. And somebody said we don't get no donations because of those reasons. And when you donate, that means you really care. When you're hitting that supporter button, that means you really care. That membership button, when you hit the like button, that means you care, you know? When you're sharing this video on Twitter, that means you care. Facebook, that means you care, you know? When you don't do those things, you're a hater. Stop with the bullcrap, PC guys. We can't follow you. That's why we can't track you. These PC weirdos are getting on my freaking nerves talking about, yeah, PC guys, the PC guys are going to support this big time, man. No, you're not. That's just a lie. That's not true. We can't track you. So you know that's the reason why you keep coming up with these fake narratives. They're lies. They're fake. It's fake news. If you have proof of this big booming PC market, prove it. There was some stupid weirdo that came into my Twitter comments the other day talking about the PC market is booming right now. PC. There's a reason why Microsoft and Sony have to put their games on the PC. It's because it's just booming. Oh my God, it's dominating the world. No, it's not. The reason that Microsoft and Sony have to put their games on the PC is not because it's just booming. Number one, it's a personal computer. It's not a console. Everybody has a personal computer. But the majority of people are buying their games for the console. Nobody is spending money on the PC. You don't pay for online. You don't pay for your games. It's all 100%, 1000% complete lies. The reason Microsoft and Sony have to put their games on the PC is because it's the last resort. They don't have any other way to make money. Especially with the developments of Game Pass and PlayStation Plus online. There's no other way to make money. This is the reason why Microsoft and pretty soon Sony, they're going to be coming out and they're not even going to give you the numbers anymore. They're not even going to give you the how much consoles sold anymore. They're not going to do that. What they're going to do, Microsoft has already spearheaded this. Notice Microsoft doesn't give you number sales. Why? Because it's pathetic. They don't buy games on those consoles. And I'm not saying this to be offensive. Well, I guess if you tell the truth, it's offensive. But these are the reasons why they're putting it on the PC. It's not because the market is booming. Microsoft is also planning to put your games on the television. They're going to create some type of app where you can get access to the app on Play. Does it mean the TV market is booming when it pertains to gamers? No. They have to find more ways to get your games on other platforms. Sony just put their money into a cell phone business. They're looking to get into access to your cell phones to create cell phone apps. Is it because the cell phone gaming market is booming? Absolutely not. No, it's because nobody's buying games, and nobody's buying games. Nintendo, on the other hand, it's different. For years, it was a negative on Nintendo that Nintendo fans only buy Nintendo consoles to play Nintendo exclusives. That was a negative because Nintendo fans weren't buying fake games like Call of Duty. Nintendo fans are not supporting Call of Duty. Yeah, because it's not a game. That's why. You idiot. The difference with Nintendo is people buy Nintendo consoles to get access to these games. If you check the NPD numbers, every single Nintendo exclusive, every single Nintendo multi-plat, every single Nintendo third party, Nintendo Square Enix, Nintendo Capcom is well with over 2 million sold. 1 million to damn near 2 million sold. Meanwhile, if you look at those numbers on the other consoles, the Xbox and the PlayStations, the numbers are nowhere to be found. Not only that, the numbers are a little confusing. You're going 50 million. I just saw that game on sale for about 2 years for $10. You gave away that game away for free, and you counted that as a purchase. And still, even with the lying and the cheating and the deceiving and the lying, the numbers still don't add up to Nintendo sales. Nintendo doesn't have to resort to cheap tactics like putting their games on apps on your flat screen and putting your games on PC and putting your games on cell phone. They don't have to resort to those type of cheap tactics because we come to play games on our Nintendo products. Yes, we do. The Wii U is one of the lowest selling consoles of all time. Top 5, one of the lowest selling consoles of all time. And Super Mario Kart 8 outsold all of the PlayStation exclusives of all consoles, of all the consoles. Nintendo has 55 exclusives that sold over 1 million. You could barely find 5 exclusives on your Xbox and your PlayStations combined. I'm going to do something. I'm going to take you guys back. This has nothing to really do with The Last of Us Part 1, but it actually does. It shows you how completely out of touch Microsoft and PlayStation is when it pertains to video games. I don't think they're video game consoles. Just what I think. If you guys think otherwise, you can think that way, but you're wrong. Instead of giving us, when I was coming out, now this is going to offend a lot of people. This is going to offend a lot of people, but it's the truth. Because once you start to go back in time, even though you were there, no, I wasn't there yet. No, you were there. The thing is, you weren't playing games at that time. But back in the day when I was growing up, man, when we got brand new consoles, and the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series are extremely brand new. They're old to a degree. What have they been out for, like 2 years now? They're old to a degree. They're actually extremely old. They're way too old to be giving us um no games for the holiday season in Xbox and The Last of Us Part 1 and God of War Ragnarok DLC. That's just beyond pathetic. Not only that, Halo, another Forza. You know, when I was coming up, man, can I go back real quick, guys? When I was coming up, man, when you got that brand new console, you got that brand new experience to go with it. I still remember as being a really little boy and seeing Mario, boom, boom, jump Mario and Duck Hunt and things of that such. 2 games in 1 disc, and that Mario game, boom, jumping. That Mario game, if you think about it, it's dealing with math and science and multiplication and arithmetic and algebra, and you know what I mean. Just the simple from jumping from here to here, the way the mechanics, the way Mario, like what taught me the importance in the physics of the math and multiplication of Mario. It took a bad game for me to understand the importance of Mario for the NES. Because Mario and for the NES became the blueprint and or the template for Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. They were all Mario clones, you know? But when I play like a bad game, like Little Big Planet, and how the little characters would jump and they would float, and it was just wrong, right? What a bad game. Simply because, I mean, yes, you can create your little characters and you can create your little levels and things of that such, but at the end of the day, that's not a game. It's not a game. I'm not buying your game so I can make a game. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Even with the gameplay mechanics, though, when I'm playing the gameplay mechanics, the core gameplay mechanics, the jumping mechanics are all wrong. And Mario already taught you how to do it back on the NES. How long you should be up in the air, how long it takes you to get to certain destination while you are jumping, how long it's going to take you to get to said enemy on top of said enemy's head. I know I'm going somewhere that you guys don't know. What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't have an understanding what you're talking about right now. I know. But at least if there's one, I mean, at least one person that understands what I'm saying, that's all that takes. That's all that matters to me. All I need is one. All I need is one. I know you guys have no inkling of an idea what I'm talking about, especially when I'm talking about gameplay. You guys have no idea. Nope, no, not you, and definitely not you. I can go through your collection right now. What are you doing? This ain't a game. What are you doing with this? Oh, well, let me go to your collection. Let me look. Oh, there it is right there. There it is right there. Assassin's Creed. Get him out of here. Let me go to your collection right now. Quickly. I'm going to catch something. Go to my collection. Go right now. You won't catch nothing. Damn it. Damn. So, starting with the NES, this is my timeline. I didn't do the Atari of too old, too young for that. So, starting with Mario on the NES, and then making the jump to the Super Nintendo. Yes, it was still in that same 2D format, but it took the game to a whole other level. It took the Super Mario Brothers experience to a whole nother freaking level. Mario can fly now. He's got on a cape. He's, you know what I mean? You can get on Yoshi now. I still think Super Mario 3 is better than Super Mario, but still, you're able to see the growth. Oh my God, man. Then they took the game to a whole new level. And this is one of the games that I think about all the time when it comes to like evolution of gaming, because it was burnt in my head as a little kid. I used to go to Toys R Us back in the day. One of my favorite stores. It's sad that it's gone, but it's coming back, but it's not going to be the same. I went into to Toys R Us and there was a demo thing of Mario 64. Oh, super going from Mario, Super Mario, and then going to Mario 64. I mean, like completely revolutionizing the game, transforming the game into something completely different, and yet still able to keep the core mechanics that are Mario. And with that Mario template for the Mario 64, was able to still to this day, all these developers are using, still to this day, that Mario 64 was able to show people how to make a 3D platformer. Still to this day. With the Nintendo Switch and that launch game and the Wii U as well, we got a game that came out and really revolutionized and changed the game, not just for Zelda, but for open world games as a whole. I don't even like open world games, but this game, I love it so much. It's in my top 10 greatest video game of all times. And it's not going anywhere. Just not even if it's not even the best game of all time. Even if Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, I wouldn't put Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 in its place unless it really finds a way to revolutionize. If it's just going to be more of Zelda Breath of the Wild, but just with more things you can do, then I cannot put it over it because of the level of impact that Zelda Breath of the Wild 1 has and still has till this day. Zelda Breath of the Wild, I say this, I know it sounds crazy, but you know, I know it's going to sound crazy to you. Look at you. Let me go to your collection. Let me look. Let me go through that collection. Let me look through that collection. Zelda Breath of the Wild 1 single-handedly destroyed Western gaming. Destroyed it. It's over. It's dead. It's finished. All because of Zelda Breath of the Wild 1. Now, was Western gaming always dead? Yes. But it took Zelda Breath of the Wild 1 for people to realize this is wrong. This is, what is this? You know, people can't play the games the same anymore. They're playing the new Saints Row. They're like, right? The new Assassin's Creed. They're not connecting with the game because Zelda Breath of the Wild showed everyone how to make a open world Western RPG or Western game, open world game, excuse me. The Zelda Breath of the Wild template is so good that Zelda Breath of the Wild is overrated. What? You just said it was one of the greatest video games of all time. Zelda Breath of the Wild is so good that Zelda Breath of the Wild is overrated. But Genshin Impact is the greatest game of all time. But what's that game that came out from Ubisoft, guys? What's that game that came out that stole from Zelda Breath of the Wild? That game is the greatest game of all time. It's oh my god, this is amazing. Oh my god, this is so under. Why isn't nobody talking about this game? What is that game called out, guys? You guys know. You guys are smarter than me. What is that game called? Oh wow. Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Let's not take personal shots now. Let's not take personal shots. Let's not take personal shots. Keep going. Let's not take personal shots, guys. But the truth is the truth. Immortal Rising is underrated, right? That's how good Zelda Breath of the Wild is. Phoenix Rising, yeah. That's how good Zelda Breath of the Wild is. That cheap ass knockoffs are freaking amazing. Tell about the Rod is overrated, but those games were amazing. Now, with that being said, the reason I have a problem with the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. Let's look at the games that we got, that we're going to get. Now, with the Xbox Series X, a year later, we got Halo and Forza. Both of those games came and went. They're gone. They're out of here. Nobody's playing them anymore. And not only that, Halo and Forza didn't do anything to really, in my opinion, revolutionize not just the genre of Forza and Halo. They didn't really do anything to revolutionize the aspects of gaming. Like when Halo first came out, that was truly revolutionary. Let me tell you guys something. First-person shooters were not played on the consoles. They weren't. First-person shooters were mostly dominated on the PC. Were there first-person shooters? Of course. You had your Dooms. You had your, for me, I like the Duke Nukem. There was an array of first. I don't know too many. I'm pretty sure you guys would know better than me. But I don't really know too many first-person shooters. But I know when it came to getting the ultimate experience of first-person shooters, they were predominantly played on the PCs. They were a lot more easier, more accessible to play, and more fun to play on the PCs. Quake, I think. Quake. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm really bad when it pertains to first-person shooters. But when Halo came into the game, Halo was the game that made console first-person shooters a thing. It wasn't a thing before until Halo came to the market and showed developers how to do it. And that template is still being used till this day. Your Call of Duties, all of them. I'm not even sure if people even still play those games on the PCs anymore. As a matter of fact, if you were to go back 20 years ago and you told them that the number one selling game on the PlayStation and Xbox is a first-person shooter, they would never believe me. They wouldn't believe me. The number one reason people were buying PlayStation 5s and 4s is because of Call of Duty. They would not believe me. Microsoft has spent over $1 billion to get access to a first-person shooter for the consoles. They wouldn't believe me. But Halo was the game to revolutionize that. Gears of War was another game that perfected the third-person shooting, in my opinion. I like Gears of War. I don't like it today, but I like when the first Gears of War came out. That was truly revolutionary, in my opinion. That third person hanging onto the wall, coming out, and oh my God, they perfected it. So yeah, when I look at this $500 console that I just bought with the Xbox Series X, I'm spending over hundreds of dollars a month to get access to free games. The controllers, the whatever, they get the whatchamacallit, the $60 a year for the play online and things of that such. I'm not really seeing anything. I don't feel like there's nothing really there that's truly revolutionary when it pertains to the consoles. And that was something that I was used to when I grew up with the NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, N64, PlayStation 1. PSP, Nintendo DS, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, Color. That was something that I miss when it pertains to the Xbox and PlayStation. Nintendo did it. Nintendo has changed the game. They have revolutionized the game, and you can see that with their astronomical sales in the consoles and on their game sales as well. They've changed the game. I said this the other day on a tweet. I said, Nintendo saved gaming back in 2017. Nintendo saved gaming back in the 80s. Gaming was dying. And Nintendo came in with Mario, NES, boom, took over the world, shook up the world. And the gaming media from that point was able to admit that that's what Nintendo did. Nintendo saved gaming, but they won't do it for the Nintendo Switch. They did. I want you to go back and I want you to go look at console sales before the Nintendo Switch. No, it was the PlayStation 4. No, it's not. The PlayStation 4 was a disaster. Just because it sold better than the Xbox doesn't mean that it was the best. It saved gaming whatsoever. The Nintendo Switch has already outsold the PlayStation 4. I think my game just got done stalling. Yep. Yep. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Just got to get these games on here. I gotta host a bevy of games. As soon as I get done with the Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I'm going directly to play Xenogears on my PSP. Yeah, I'll focus on that later. Yeah, they saved gaming in 2017 because it was over. It was depressing. It was dark. It was scary in 2017. There was nothing. The 3DS was trying to offer us the bevy of games. And it did an amazing job. Don't get it twisted. The 3DS was outselling the PlayStation 4 at that time, but the gaming media didn't tell you that. But it's true. But everybody was just going PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4. That was weak sauce. It's going to outsell the PlayStation 2. It was the fastest selling console of all time. That was weak sauce. That was weak sauce in comparison to what Nintendo Switch did. It was all lies. The gaming media lied, and lied. They lied and still couldn't muster up numbers. It was depressing. It was sad. Microsoft wasn't offering anything at that time. It really took the Nintendo Switch to save gaming. Now let's go to PlayStation. What's the PlayStation doing that's truly revolutionary? Demon's Souls. A Demon's Souls remaster. I guess it's offering you faster loading times. Recturnal. Some type of Ratchet and Clank that was getting access to the SSD, and you were able to jump in and out of different stuff you could do back on the PlayStation 3 and inferior console. What has PlayStation revolutionized since the PlayStation 1? What is PlayStation revolutionized? PlayStation 1, PlayStation. What has the PlayStation revolutionized since the PlayStation 1? If we're talking about non-consoles, I would say the PSP. But that was even a failure. The PSP is not really revolutionary. Let's not talk too crazy. Let's not get too crazy, guys. PSP wasn't truly revolutionary. It was just a portable PlayStation 1. Yeah, let's not get too crazy, guys. Let's not get too crazy. No, no, no. Let's not get don't follow my lead on that one. Let's not follow my lead on that one. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. The Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy Color was far more revolutionary than the PSP, and the PSP was a complete flop. The eye toy. I wish I could get you on the microphone. I want you to go deeper into that. The eye toy. Well, that was revolutionary. How? What? I'm trying. I'm really trying. Well, how? For first of all, you can't say, well, it gave birth to the Connect. Well, didn't everybody hate the Connect? Didn't everybody hate the Connect? We don't have motion capturing physics to this day because of the Connect. But the iToy was revolutionary. Final Fantasy. Well, Final Fantasy X's graphical leap was impressive. Can't think of anything else. You know, Hero of Time. I don't think people are following me right now, and I knew you weren't. I knew you weren't following me. I knew you weren't following me. That's why I said at least I can get one, just one person. I Hero Time. Who the hell is talking about graphics? When I talked about Mario for the NES, and then the jump to Super Mario, and then the jump to Mario 64, when I talked about Halo, when I talked about the Gears of Wars, the Zelda Breath of the Wild, did I say anything about those damn graphics? Come on, guys. Come on. If you're not up to speed, I would just hold off on the keypad a little bit. Hold off with the tickety typing. If you're not here, you're not on this wavelength, then I don't want to hear nothing about no damn graphics. Graphics is the reason why we're in the situation that we're in today. The graphics is the reason why we're getting The Last of Us Part 1 this Friday for $70. The graphics is the reason why we're getting The Last of Us Part 1 for $70. A remake of a remaster. The Last of Us, the graphics, that's the reason why. I'm not talking about any damn graphics. That Final Fantasy X and its graphics, I thought the voice acting was more revolutionary than the graphics. Do I like the graphics of Final Fantasy X? Yes, I do. I think it's a beautiful game. I love the setting of Final Fantasy X more than I would say the graphics per se. That beach setting, that those blues. When you think of Final Fantasy X, you can see the colors. Not necessarily the graphics. The textures and lighting, yeah. No disrespect to Hero of Time, but I need you guys to really. I need you guys to save gaming. I need you guys right now to save gaming. And if anybody's talking graphics, they're the reason why Xbox and PlayStation are in the situations that they are in right now. Xbox and PlayStation thinks that in order to these console generations have to be focused on creating these great graphical experiences. That's the reason why nobody's buying these games, man. If Xbox and PlayStation were to focus, take that power. With great power comes great responsibility. Remember that in Spider-Man. Remember that? Remember Uncle Ben? If they were to take those graphics and they were able to compress all that memory that they can make in a game, could you imagine if Microsoft and PlayStation focus on making a JRPG? And I'm not even talking about in the aspects of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm not even talking about in the aspects of Final Fantasy 15. I'm talking about just taking like what Nintendo did with the Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Could you imagine what they could do? They couldn't do it. But imagine if Nintendo had that type of power. You can take away the graphics and you can just focus on the gameplay. When you're in that board reading and they're sitting around, these Japanese brothers and sisters, if they had the type of power that they can have, they Monolith Soft, they will be up in these readings and the first thing they would start talking about is the gameplay mechanics that they can come up with. We got so much memory and so much power, more power to add in more gameplay elements, man. If Xenoblade Chronicles 3 had the power of the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, you would have customizable mechs. You'll be able to your team will be walking around in customizable mechs, except for transforming into a mech for about 15 seconds. You'll be in the mech through the whole game. Hey, what's up, man? I'm in my mech. I'm here, you know? The mech will just take off, start flying, you know? Could you imagine if they took that power and just really said, you know what, except for focusing on hairline fractures and hairline particles coming in, breath particles, and we just compressed it down to make it just a game first? It'd be one of the greatest JRPGs or video games of all time. Guys, let's get away from the graphics. I get it. Graphics are good. I guess. I haven't seen any true growth in the graphics when it pertains to PlayStation and Xbox. Now, when the Nintendo Switch, I can see the growth from the Wii to the Wii U to what we have now. I can see that growth. I think that Nintendo is showing more growth within graphics than any other competitor on the market. And you can see that with The Last of Us 1. The Last of Us Part 1, the graphics look better on the remaster than it does on this new game. And this new game was more focused on giving you more facial things. And to me, that's stupid. It's not a game. Let's not praise Final Fantasy X for its graphics, because that wasn't the best thing about that game. The best thing about Final Fantasy X was, number one, was the philosophy. It was very philosophical. They were challenging your thoughts on religion. They were dealing with time travel. They were dealing with end time events, how these end time events happened through the consumption and the worshiping of technology. And number two, for me, when it pertains to Final Fantasy X, and I always praise Final Fantasy X till this day, is because of its combat system, the gameplay. I love Final Fantasy X's combat system. I think it's the greatest of all time. You guys will always hear me praising Final Fantasy X for its combat system. Oh yeah, this game, I like this game because it stole from Final Fantasy X. You guys are always going to hear me say that. Graphics, no. Graphics get old. Go back and turn on your PlayStation 2 right now and play Final Fantasy X. And tell me how great those graphics look. Gameplay mechanics last forever. Now with Mario 64 to Mario Odyssey, yes, there is a huge leap in gameplay mechanics. But that's Nintendo. That they're the best in the business when it pertains to gameplay. Now let's go back to Sony. You know, Returnal, Ratchet and Clank, Horizon, The Last of Us Part 1. You know, like, it really sucks that these two don't get it. It shows. It shows you why these guys are in last place. If you're not in first, you're in last. You're competing for last place, Microsoft and PlayStation. There was no such thing in any console war of any console generation where people were competing for the second place. That never existed until now. It was never a thing. And please don't make it a thing. I know you want it to be a thing, but it's not a thing. We never competed for second place, ever. If you were first, that was it. Any other spot was last. We didn't go, well, hey, let's look here, man. The GameCube is number 3, man. All right. No, GameCube was last. It's a phenomenal console, but it was last. I think the PlayStation 2 was extremely overrated, one of the worst consoles of all time. But it was first. So to get back to my point, you know, warning, do not buy The Last of Us Part 1. I bought your $500 console, Sony. I bought your $500 console, Microsoft. When are you guys going to actually start making some video games? Even Starfield. Right? Starfield. Oh, brand new IP. Starfield. Even Starfield is something that we've already seen before. People are already pointing out how Starfield reminds them of Fallout and Skyrim and this game and that game. And Starfield will never go down in history as, hey, man, this is the Starfield clone right here, man. This is a Starfield clone. People do that with Zelda Breath of the Wild. Nobody's going to say this is a Starfield clone. Yo, man, I'm playing the new Starfield clone. No. That just sounds crazy within itself. In my opinion, after I saw the gameplay, the official gameplay of Starfield, it's no longer on my radar anymore. It looks like an unmitigated disaster. It doesn't look like a game. It doesn't look like a Western RPG. It's a joke. I'm not buying a $500 console where I can't own my games and pay for Game Pass, so I definitely can't own the game. I got a double whammy of not owning the game. I'm not doing that. And it knows who knows what type of strict rules and stipulations that'll be going on the next couple of years. You know, you get the saying some stuff on your YouTube channel, and Phil Spencer wants to get you banned on all platforms. I'm on my Nintendo Switch cursing people out, and I'm getting banned on the Xbox and the PlayStation. I don't agree with societal norms, so they're going to start cutting me off of my Xbox. I don't get access to nothing because of the DRM. That's what Phil Spencer is not a dumb guy, man. He said he wants to get people banned off of all platforms. You won't be able to get access to none of your games because of the DRM, and you've been banned. Well, you shouldn't be doing things to get you banned. This is America. This is America. It is my right to do what I want to do. I ain't doing nothing to hurt nobody. Just because I don't agree with calling a man a woman doesn't make me a bad guy. It doesn't. Just because I don't think Lizzo is attractive doesn't make me a bad person. I just don't think she's attractive. where's the revolutionary when it pertains to the game, guys? When it pertains to Xbox and Nintendo, Xbox and PlayStation, excuse me. Wayfair says scary times, man, scary times. Yeah. Well, it's scary times if you own these modern consoles because they're way too expensive. Especially, they're raising the prices of our consoles now, mid-generate. Right? They've already gave us a set price. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the price they always wanted to come out with. But Microsoft had came out first with that $200, that $300 Xbox Series S, and that really messed Sony up. Then they came out with the $499 Xbox Series. Oh man, that really messed Sony up. Sony wanted to release the PlayStation 5 at $600. That was the rumor. Sorry, guys, I had to put my glasses on. The screen messes with my eyes, and it's getting dark. They initially wanted to release that console for $600. They had to take a major cut, and then they went out to the gaming media and told the gaming media, "We're selling we're not selling at a loss." Oh, and shout out to one of the brothers on Twitter. He gave me a link. You know, everybody wanted to follow Microsoft's lead when it pertains to banning our Russian gamers. Banning our Russian gamers in none of the Xbox brotherhood. There is no brotherhood. Please do not tweet me in your tweets. Hey man, I just want to give a shout out to the Xbox brotherhood, man. Yo, this is my brother right here, Joe and Jim. Yo, this is the Xbox. There is no Xbox brotherhood. There's no PlayStation brotherhood. Yo, man, shout out to the PlayStation family. Yo, PlayStation. There is no PlayStation family because when it affects someone else, they don't care. When the prices had went up for the PlayStations all over the world, nobody cared. Oh, I ain't got nothing to do with me. I live here in America, so who cares? When our Russian brothers, when they got knocked off of the Xbox Live, they couldn't get access to the games. The games were locked behind DRM. They couldn't get access to nothing. Nobody cared. It was for a good cause. That's what I was told. It was for a good cause. And that's the truth about what's going over there in Russia and Ukraine. It starts to come out every day. Was it really for a good cause? Now that the truth is coming out about what's really going over there in Russia and the Ukraine, was it really for a good cause? Now the truth that was really going on within these serums, huh? Within these wars, huh? With our presidents, was it really for a good cause? I hope the Most High has a special place for you in hell. I really do. For everybody that thought that our Russian gamers deserve what they got, I hope the Most High has a very special place in hell for you. And I mean that. Because that's where you're going. Your idol worshiping is just, it's out of control. And that is a major sin. You need to be punished for about 300 to 500 years of fire and brimstone, just so you can learn your lesson. Don't you ever do that again. I was the only one that stood up for my Russian brothers, did I not? Who else stood up with me? Nobody. I was the only one. I'm always the only one for some strange reason. For some strange and odd reason, I am the only one. You don't, right? And when the dust is cleared and the smoke is settled, Who is standing alone? Oh, no, you guys want to move on to something else. Um, yeah, my brother, he gave me a Twitter article and he was saying how we didn't need Russia's money. This is PlayStation saying this. Now all of a sudden they're double charging Russia and they're double charging Japan and double, triple charging these people and double and triple charging. It's just ridiculous. Canada, oh my God, did you see the prices in Canada for a PlayStation? I don't, and the stupid thing is, I don't know, why would you even need a PlayStation for? What's the point? If they're going to raise the prices, what's the point? I could see if the PlayStation was cheap, then I'd be like, all right, this is a great deal. This is a great bargain. Let's go have some fun. Let's go play some games, right? It's not even cheap. And Microsoft fanboys are coming out and saying, yeah, let's be considerate. Yeah. God. Guys, let's be considerate to PlayStation, man, because you never know, man. You never know. It might happen to Microsoft, dude. I said it wasn't going to happen, and guess what? Right after the podcast, Microsoft and Nintendo said, absolutely not. You never know, man. You just never know. We got to be considerate, man. And right after that damn podcast, PlayStation bought another studio. Oh my God, it's hard times, man. It's such hard times right now, man. Can you go out and buy a goddamn studio? Can you even go out and buy a damn loaf of bread? Can you even afford the gas? You can't even go anywhere. The goddamn gas prices. You can't even leave your home because it's so gosh darn expensive out there. And I got to be considerate to Microsoft and Sony, man, because we never know it. What? No, we ride Microsoft. If Microsoft wants to raise the price of their consoles, we ride Microsoft just like we ride PlayStation. That jackass that said that rode Microsoft when they raised the prices of Game Pass a few months ago. Not Game Pass, Xbox Live. But he's not going to ride them when they raise the price of the damn console. I like that. Those are the Xbox. When the Xbox guys, when they were thinking like that, I liked them. They were cool. Now they're gone. They're twisted up in their minds. When when they started getting closer to the launch of Starfield, they started losing their freaking minds. Even Phil Spencer started talking crazy. His dumb ass went quiet. Microsoft and PlayStation got their egos so high, they got their heads so high in the clouds, and they're not even offering gamers video games. They have still yet to offer us a next gen gaming experience. Hold on, guys. Hold on, dudes. Sorry. Damn it. Hold on, dudes. I need some light. Shine some light on this mystery, man. Let's shine some light on this mystery, dudes. Sorry, I don't have any clothes on here. Xbox fanboys got exposed for defending yeah. That's true. When that DRM came out, who cares? Yeah, all you got to do is switch your account to what? Oh man, I didn't even know, man. I was outside. When things start going bad at Microsoft, all of a sudden everybody's outside. All of a sudden, you weren't outside. Stop. Man, I got a life, man. I was actually outside, man. I was out. What? What are you talking about? What is there to do outside? Besides go to work. These are black people saying this. You got a higher chance of being assaulted by a Caucasian cop. Dumbass wasn't outside. You on Twitter. I didn't even know, man. I was bought this 500 on a console, and they don't even know that there's they weren't logged offline for a week. And every hour, I'm checking my Nintendo Switch to make sure everything's good to go. What can I say about The Last of Us that I haven't already said before? I've been talking bad about The Last of Us for so long. But what I can do is open your eyes to let you know that PlayStation and Xbox have not offered us a next generation experience. Remakes, remasters, and sequels are not it. If you're going to offer us a sequel, at least let's find ways to reinvent the wheel if we can. Let's try to offer us a new gaming experience. I think you would have a better risk reward by trying to reinvent Halo than to try to give us the same Halo game over. Because yes, when it first launches, there's no games to play. Halo's here, yay, boom. But now Halo don't have the legs. I don't even see anybody even looking at Halo, let alone playing it. Halo looks so freaking boring. It's so boring now. It's you got this brand new studio. After Bungie left and this new studio came in, they should have came in and tried to find ways of reinventing Halo, except for trying to recreate what Bungie did. This is a brand new studio. Let's see what three studios can do. Let's see what they're good at. Let's see what their master is, so that we can say, hey, you know what Bungie did was cool, but with 343 Studios, by them implementing this gameplay mechanic, I kind of like this better than what Bungie did. And or they will start a debate. Hey, you know what? I still kind of like what Bungie did, except for trying to recreate. Let's create, guys. This is what gaming is supposed to be. Gaming should always be about creativity. It shows within the fan base. The fan base for the Xbox and the PlayStation crowd has become somewhat robotic, if you will. It's every day, it's the same thing. Wake up, go on Twitter, fight with other console base, go to sleep, wake up, fight with other console base, go to sleep. Like it's the same thing. Like there's not even no creativity within our battle. I have nothing against the battle. I love the console war. I created the console war. And I'm talking about before YouTube. Before social media, I was console warring. That's part of the game for me. But I was console warring over who had the better games, who was offering the better gaming experience, and I never thought graphics was a plus. I never would debate. I had a PlayStation 2, so I couldn't compete against Dreamcast or GameCube or especially the Xbox. But I didn't think the Xbox was superior because of its graphics. I thought it had cool games like Halo. I thought the Halo experience was far more superior than anything the PlayStation 2 was offering. I thought it was better than Grand Theft Auto. 343 Studios tried to change it in 4 and 5, and it came out terrible. What did they try to change? What did they try to change? You know what I mean? Because if it came out terrible, whatever they tried to change was probably nothing in the aspects of revolutionary the gameplay. It was probably changing it in the aspects of trying to make it like every other game. What did they change? Skellington, Dark Deity. What's up, brother? People were hyped for Halo Infinite for like 3 days and forgot about. Oh wow, wow. Yo, Sly Killer, Sly Killer's here. Halo is so dead. That's Splatoon. Oh wow. Oh my god. Splatoon is dominating Halo. If I were to go back 20 years ago and tell people that, if I were to go back to when Halo 3 was out on the Xbox 360, and I told them that there was going to be some cartoony squid shooting game, you'd be able to shoot squid goo out of your gun, was going to be destroying Halo Infinite, they wouldn't believe me. And it was going to be exclusive for the Nintendo. It would have been, yeah, a Nintendo shooter is destroying. They would have never believed me. What? Get the hell out of here, man. Nintendo in a shooter? Get the hell. They would think I was crazy. I mean, it's not like people never thought I was crazy before, but still, you know what I mean? What did they try to change in what did 343 Studios try to change? Skeleton, where you at, buddy? I want to know. I haven't played Halo since Halo 3. So I'm a little curious to see what they have changed when it came to the aspect of revolutionizing the gameplay. Like I said, I don't believe that you guys are on my wavelength right now, but if I can touch one person, and I don't mean that in a creepy way, I just mean if I'm able to touch you mentally, then that's all that matters. I understand that this conversation is going too far over the head for a lot of people watching this video right now. I understand that this conversation is going way too deep. I understand that you guys have absolutely no idea what I am talking about. I get that. I get that. But what did 343 Studios do? That they've changed something. Skeleton, where you at? They try to change the movement and gunplay completely, adds in dumb dashes. I think the problem is Halo is trying to like every other shooter instead of being Halo. Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was. I was like, what did they do something to try to make it like every other shooter? Or were they doing things to truly revolutionize Halo? What can Halo do to revolutionize? I don't know. I think didn't they add Zelda Breath of the Wild mechanics to Halo Infinite? Chat room, for those of you who played Halo Infinite, I would never play a fake game. I only play real games. But for those of you who played Halo Infinite, didn't they try to add Zelda Breath of the Wild mechanics to it? Where are my fake gamers at? Fake gamers, can you speak up, please? For those of you who wasted your time playing Halo Infinite, did they try to make it into Zelda Breath of the Wild? No, I'm actually an all-around gamer. I play all games. I play. Fake gamer, can you please all-around gamer, fake gamer? Did they try to turn it into Zelda Breath of the Wild? Somebody answer that question for me. You guys would know better than me. I would never grace my presence on such trash. I'm far too great to be touching Halo Infinite. Playing retro games have made me really snobby too. I'm looking at people play games. I go, ugh, peasants. Whoa, Soul Hackers. This is the Xbox guys. Whoa, Soul Hackers 2 is awesome. I'm like, peasants. 343 Studios isn't the studios to be able to do that. All right, well, hey, I'm just, that's who's there, If they're not it, they're not it, But who do we blame? Do we blame Phil Spencer? Uh-oh, we got to start pointing some fingers now. Whose fault is this now? Who brought in 343 Studios? Uh-oh, once you start pointing the finger at Phil Spencer, people get mad, right? What's going on with Phil? This dude's got way too many. Phil Spencer has done more wrong than right, and yet people love Phil Spencer. Even on the PlayStation guys love Phil Spencer. He's done more wrong than right. 343 Studios buying Activision and Blizzard, buying Todd Howard to make Starfield. What a disaster. Claus says, I re-ask, what is the warning? Oh, the warning is do not buy The Last of Us Part 1. What more can be said? What's the appeal of The Last of Us Part 1? What's the appeal? What are they doing? What's being added to The Last of Us Part 1 where I can say I want to go back and dive into this grand experience all over again. This is one of the greatest video games of all time. And Sony's going to pull me right in. What's the appeal of spending $70 on The Last of Us Part 1? God, what the freak? Some type of random hacker keeps coming in here. Hold on, guys. I asked you that, Claus. I'll ask your question with a question. Because, I guess you might be new here, but those of us who've been here, what more can I say about The Last of Us that I haven't already said? I don't really want to sound like a broken record. I'm an artist. And as an artist, you know what I'm saying? I got to make sure that I keep reinventing the wheel. I'm kind of like Nintendo. I'm always trying to find new ways to entertain, except for just becoming a broken record. What do you say, Klaus? Is Klaus still there? Yes, but because of something we haven't not heard. How many times do you have to beat a horn? Yes, but because of something we have not heard. Yes, because of something we have not heard. I'm not following you, Klaus. I'm not following you, buddy. That is what I mean. I was questioning the purpose of this video. If there is nothing new that has not been told, I am completely new here. Oh, yeah. I think the Last of Us franchise is just an unmitigated disaster. I think it's one of the biggest fails I've ever seen at PlayStation, and not just PlayStation, but gaming. It's sad that its only real true fan base is coming from the gaming media. The gameplay mechanics are horrible. It's actually not even a game. And that's the thing that really irks me the most about The Last of Us. The characters are so bland and dull. There's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing about looking at Ellie or Eleanor or looking at Joel. Just extremely boring characters. In the beginning of the game of Last of Us Part 1, there was the great sacrifice at the beginning, killing off his daughter. And after that, the game just went completely downhill. You're just walking straight, interacting with trash cans and ladders. The game is predominantly cutscenes. And I say game in quotes when I'm talking about The Last of Us as a franchise. The Last of Us Part 2 really highlighted how the game was a complete joke. That game was supposed to usher in more politics to gaming. It didn't sell worth a goddamn. If Nintendo invested that much money into a franchise the way that Sony did and made that type of money, Nintendo would go out of business. They would slit their own throats. They would jump off of a roof. The Last of Us is truly a disgrace to each and every single person in this chat room right now and to all gamers all over the world. The Last of Us is an unmitigated disaster. It offers nothing. It revolutionized nothing. It's made gaming worse. It made gaming worse. The Last of Us is for people who don't play video games. What more can I say? What more can I say? What more do you want me to say? Where are the positives of The Last of Us? It can't be the graphics. Even graphically, it doesn't look good. When I think about the Final Fantasy X, people were talking about Final Fantasy X graphics. I get happy because I start seeing blues and I start seeing oceans and I start seeing yellows. And when I look at The Last of Us color palette, I see throw up, the color of throw up. I see the color of puke when I look at The Last of Us. When I start thinking about The Last of Us, I start getting depressed. They made a television series of The Last of Us, and I'm going, why? What are you gonna do for an hour a week? What are you gonna do? Walk straight and talk? There's nothing deep or compelling about this story in whatsoever, no fashion. I've seen deeper stuff in stuff that came out in the 70s. They have done nothing to revolutionize the zombie genre. Oh my God, the clicking sounds coming from the clickers. Oh, it sends chills up my spine. Shut up. Then I must be an idiot. According to everyone here, I want to replay this update, but the price tag is Listen, you're new here. This isn't like every other channel. Yes, you're an idiot. No, you're not an idiot, man. You just like, your games. You like what you like. No, you're an idiot. You are the reason why gaming is dying. And I say this with the utmost respect. I call everybody else here idiots. So you're not the only one. You're not special. You're not special because I'm calling you an idiot. Everybody here is an idiot. I'm the only one that is right all the time. So I get that right to call everybody an idiot. I'm the only one here that's special. I was the one calling out The Last of Us years ago, and look at the situation that we're in right now with The Last of Us and PlayStation. PlayStation put all their chips on this pathetic franchise. And I was warning people not to do that. I agree with this article, though. The Last of Us Part 1 should launch on PlayStation Plus Digital. Yeah, I agree with that. This should have been something free. There's absolutely nothing here that's really truly pushing the limits of The Last of Us and or the PlayStation. This should have been free. This should have been something I wouldn't say free. This is something that should have went with the subscription base. This should have been something to really highlight that subscription base. This should have been something to really entice people to buy a PlayStation. Buying this game for $70 is not going to entice anybody. It won't even entice anybody to buy a PlayStation, let alone the game. People who own PlayStations will not be buying this. I've been talking to a lot of people. Nobody's buying this. I think the only people that are going to buy this are Xbox guys because they think this is a cash grab. Let that sink in. I agree with this article. This should have been a subscription thing. Anybody support the Wild Arms creator? And they're also doing a Shadow Hearts. I think it's called Shadow Hearts Spiritual Successor. They had some type of GoFundMe or things of that such. Wild Arms creator is hoping to launch a new game on Switch successor. Whatchamacallit said the same thing. Lucian Chronicles, and that kind of chaps my ass a little bit with the Lucian Chronicles, and now it will with Wild Arms. Not that companies have to abide and comply to the Nintendo Switch. But Lucian Chronicles said the same thing. They said that they couldn't release the game on the Nintendo Switch because the Nintendo Switch was just an inferior console and it didn't have all this power and yada, yada, yada. And then right after they came out with that Lucian Chronicles prequel, it was free on Game Pass and then it was on the PlayStation as well. But more people bought the Nintendo Switch version for the Lucian Chronicles than people who played it on Xbox Game Pass. So right after that, they said, oh, look, it just so happens the Lucio Chronicles will be on the Nintendo Switch. Whippy! Yay! I asked you this. I asked this on Twitter earlier, and people started to lie and say all these other things, and they started resorting to trolling and things, cheap trolling tactics. But I asked you this. What game can't run on the Nintendo Switch? What game that there was about 100 games now that we were told could not run on a Nintendo Switch. Those 100 games have came over to the Nintendo Switch and they run perfectly. They run fine. We got 2 games coming out very soon that said they could not come on the Nintendo Switch, and they are coming. Persona 5, Royale, and Nier Automata. I'm really getting tired of this fake narrative that is being concocted by ex-PlayStation guys and the Sui coding creators and now Wild Arms. Ex-PlayStation guys, let I add. Even though PlayStation dropped both of y'all still want to take shots at Nintendo. They need to make a successor, man, because the power is just so limited. No, it's not. And whatever. If you're not going to bring it to the Switch, I don't care. That's your loss. At this point now, I'm so above you peasants. I don't even care if your game doesn't even come. That's your loss. It ain't got nothing to do with Nintendo. Nintendo's going to make that money. Put your games on the Xbox. Put them on PlayStation. Go ahead. I dare you. I dare you to put them on there. I dare you not put them on the Nintendo Switch. I dare you. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I physical challenge you. Let's compete. Let's race. Come on. Remember that show, Double Dare? Dare. Double Dare. Physical challenges. Those shows, I didn't like them, but you're a kid, so you used to watch them, like Double Dare and well, there was some Legends of the Hidden Temple. Then there was a video game one too. I couldn't stand those shows. And at the end, you would do Guts. I hated Guts. I hated all of those shows. But they used to always come on before my cartoons would come on, you know? So I was forced back in there. You just had to sit there and watch it. You would go to the TV Guide channel and you would look to see what was going on. And it'd be a Guts marathon. You'd be like, what the freak? They would have a Guts marathon. Yeah, and they would tell you too when the marathon was coming. Next Saturday, all day, Guts. You'd be like, come on, what the freak? Guts all day? I'm not watching this poker. Get ready this Saturday. Oh, but let there be a SpongeBob marathon. I'm there before the marathon starts. I'm like, yay, let's go. I dare you. PlayStation Studios has 23 game studios, but only 2 are Japanese. That's a lie. Asobi Team Asobi is not Japanese. That's Middle Eastern. That's not. They only have 1, and I'm not even sure if that's even Japanese. But that's a lie. Team Asobi is not Japanese. Those are Middle Easterns. I don't know why they're lying like that. SNK, both parties interested in the SK. Okay, that's not really Extendo-y, but PlayStation 5 price increase has some Japanese players praying for the PC port of Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, man. I believe that you could put the Final Fantasy 7 remake on the Nintendo Switch. I believe that you can put Final Fantasy 16 on the Nintendo Switch. I know that they all can do it. Now that I'm seeing just game after game after game after game after game after game being ported to Nintendo Switch, I'm sorry, there's no more excuses. And I'm tired of, oh my God, no, my Nintendo Switch is going to explode. That's bull crap. That's cap. That's lies. It's all bull crap. We haven't seen it yet. Every single game that has come to Nintendo Switch has been running better than the console versions. And you actually own it in comparison to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. The only thing that's different between the Nintendo Switch version and the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X version is that the game is darker on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. That's it. It's just darker. You can't see shit. That's the only difference. It's not as shiny. That's it. It's the only difference. Oh my God. Can we stop with the fake narratives now, please? Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and Xbox Live Gold memberships can enjoy God's. Hold on. One more time. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and Xbox Live Gold members can enjoy Godfall. God's Will Fall, Double Kick Heroes, Thrillville, and Portal 2 as part of the September Games with Gold. This is what you're getting with Game Pass, guys. The best bargain in gaming, right? We're getting access to the games. Now, these are going to be the greatest games of all time. Yo, gods will fall and kick. Oh my God, this is so good. Oh, this is truly underrated. Watch. Yo, Double Kick Heroes. Oh, yeah, they did that with Power Wash Simulator. Power Wash Simulator came out the same day as Xenoblade Chronicles. And they were talking about who needs a Xenoblade when you got Power Wash Simulator. I was like, oh, what a pathetic fan base. Talked about that already. 7 minutes of The Last of Us Part 1 gameplay. Oh. What a joke. In case you missed it, Sony is rolling out a new model of the current PlayStation 5 system that is a bit lighter. Now they're releasing a new model of the PlayStation, but it's a cheaper model, but they're charging you more for a cheaper model of the PlayStation 5. They are listen, people, are you paying attention? They are charging you cheaper. They're giving you less for more. They're charging you more for less. Somebody says they're selling the Xbox Series X. Yeah, man. Get that thing out of here. Get that garbage out of here. Let me look at your collection. Let me look. What's this Xbox doing here? Don't you know all that DRM is on there? I'm telling you, I can look through each and every single one of your collections. All y'all talking that hot stuff, I can look through your collections and I will find something that does not make you a gamer. What is this Xbox doing here? Well, I wanted to play Halo Infinite, man. That thing has DRM. Get this goddamn thing out of your house, man. I'm gonna have to, how they come in your house and start cleaning the house up and stuff like that? I'm about to create a show where I go to your game collection and start cleaning that up. Yeah, man, here's my collection right here, Zuby 70. Yeah. Oh my God, what is this? You ever see when people go in their house and they got some random shit in the house? They got a cage in the house. What's this cage doing here? I don't know. I like cages, you know what I'm saying? And then they decorate the house in the cage theme, We know how much you like your cages. We decided to turn your house into a giant cage. Yeah. Let me go to your collection. Let me get the looking through that collection. Clean up that collection of yours. Let me look through that collection. I asked you guys to make some videos and send it to me, but you're going to start pulling games out. You know what I mean? Lying and stuff. Here's my collection. And then on the side over here, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, the Xbox Series X, and the PlayStation. European PlayStation players are more likely to earn platinum trophies than the US players, Sony has revealed. I got to ride with my PlayStation guys on this one. Who in their right, ever-loving, mother-loving mind will want to sit through a goddamn PlayStation exclusive to the point where you want to get a trophy for The Last of Us and Ratchet and Clank and Horizon Forbidden West? You have to be the craziest mofo on the planet. I got to ride with my you guys thought I was going to be riding my American guys. No, the UK guys are insane.
Next gen console from anyone in the market.
Phil Spencer's talking crazy. He's talking crazy again. He's trying to sell the Xbox and it's not working. Listen to this.
And we have the Xbox Series X, which is the most powerful next gen console from anyone in the market. And we have the Xbox Series X, which is the most powerful next gen console from anyone in the market. And we have the Xbox Series X, which is the most powerful next gen console from anyone in the market. And we have the Xbox Series X, which is the most powerful next gen console from anyone in the market.
But with all this power, what games are really highlighting that power? I'm telling you right now, you guys would think I'm talking crazy, I'm talking blasphemous, but I guaranteed you in the next couple years, what I'm saying is going to be true. But I'm telling you right now, the Xbox and the PlayStation, their next generation consoles are 10 times weaker than Nintendo Switch. 10 times weaker. I lost you guys here, didn't I? I lost you. Those consoles are weak as hell. Look at those games that they're playing on those consoles and show me the power. The Xbox guys, they sit here and they do these little random tweets, right? They're random. So you got to make sure you catch them. Yo, they always say, y'all be saying the Xbox ain't got no games. And then they show you their Xbox collection that spans from previous console generations. Now, to go back to when I was a gamer, when I was a younger gamer, excuse me, when you bought a brand new console, it had nothing to do with the previous generation. It had everything to do with now. I didn't buy an N64 to play Super Nintendo games. Backwards compatibility is great. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I think it's awesome to be able to go back and play previous games that you're playing, but I don't think that's the main course when you buy a brand new $500 console. That should never be the main course. What are you complaining for? Go back and play those old games. No, I just bought this brand new game this brand new console so I can get access to some brand new games. Xbox guys, stop showing me some shit that you bought 10 years ago, man. Start showing us your collection of games that you can play now that are brand new for this goddamn console. Then talk about Xbox ain't got no games. What part of the game is that? Well, we're going back and we're showing off our older games, and I just bought this brand new console. The Nintendo Switch is far more powerful than the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X because you can actually see the power there. When you're playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and I'm marveled by Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and that's not the only game. I'm marveled by a lot of games that I play on my Nintendo Switch. I'll play a Nintendo Switch game, leave, and then come back and play it. And I'm always saying, did they improve what did they do, an update or something? Did they improve? You forgot how great the games look. This is a handheld console that is doing some phenomenal things that we have never seen the handheld market go. And it's able to stomp with the big dogs in the console space of the next generation console space. People are more hypnotized and drawn in by these Nintendo Switch games than any PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X game. If you were to ask people what their most anticipated games of 2022, their list will be filled to the brim with Nintendo Switch games. I'm talking about this is from all gamers of all landscapes of life. The Nintendo Switch is doing some phenomenal things where it's got Xbox guys asking for Japanese games. Is that in my tweets? Is that in my tweets? I thought I put it in my tweets where I saw a diehard Xbox guy saying that he did not want to buy, because every week they do these random polls. Here it is right here. Every week they're doing these fictionalized polls where they're asking about what studio to buy next. And I'm really getting freaking tired of this. I'm really getting tired of this. Who we're going to buy next garbage. This is stupid. Why not take that money with your studios that you're buying and start making some goddamn games? Not for me, for the Xbox faithful. These guys look pathetic as hell showing off their Xbox One games, talking about Xbox ain't got no games. These are the saddest batch of people I've ever seen in my life. It's sad. It's pathetic. It might not look sad and pathetic to them, but it looks extremely sad and pathetic to me. General MLD, they're talking about buying EA. Man, that's they already have EA Play. Anything made by EA goes into Game Pass within 6 months or so. They need a Japanese publisher. That's the power of the Nintendo Switch right there. A lot of the Xbox guys went out and bought Soul Hackers 2, a generic as JRPG. That JRPG is generic as hell. They think it's the greatest thing they've ever played in their entire life. Just goes to show they have not been playing video games. When something is generic to us, but phenomenal to them, that goes to show they have not been playing video games. This is one of the most pathetic fan bases I've ever seen in my entire life. They think Soul Hackers 2 is the greatest thing they've ever played in their life. They think Elden Ring is game of the year. That's weak sauce, man. We did that shit 20 years ago, man. Now the Xbox guys are asking for, and then another Xbox brother, good man, Jay. He's even asking for the Japanese games. Holy smokes, man. You don't see these things coming from the Xbox contingent, man. It's a new day and time thanks to the power of the Nintendo Switch. You ain't gonna never hear a Nintendo guy say, man, we need some more games like The Last of Us on the Nintendo Switch. You ain't gonna never hear that. You ain't gonna never hear a Nintendo guy say, we need Horizon Forbidden West on the Switch. You ain't gonna never hear a Nintendo guy ask for The Last of Us Part 1 remake on the Nintendo Switch. It ain't happening. You ain't never gonna hear no dumb shit like that. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Man, we really need that Spider-Man. Please. That's Nintendo guys, man. We're looking for F-Zero. We're looking for Pikmin 5. Fuck out of here. We ain't trying to play non-games like the brother that didn't understand my warning. What was his name? Claus or something? That dude's, I bet you his life is miserable. Not because he's a miserable person, just because of those miserable games. Oh, crap, there's another bot? Oh, man. Why is this? These bots keep coming in my thing. It's slowing up the energy up in here, man. Messing up all that energy. We got all the energy flowing. Everybody's in the zone. And then here comes these nude bots. Stop it. Get out of here. Damn it. Yeah, the Sony guys are hacking me, yeah. Hold on, guys. God dang it, these Sony fanboys are so stupid. They buy stupid games that they got nothing to do but hack me all day. My life is miserable, yes. But not, yes, it's because of the games. Get you a Nintendo Switch and I guaranteed your life will change. What have I done to upset you? See, now people think that I have a personal. People see, now people think this is hate teaching, you know? This isn't hate teaching. This is love teaching. I love you. That's the problem. The problem is I love you. I don't hate you. It's because I don't agree with your philosophies and ideologies and what games you play mean that I hate you. Why do people think that? Why do the Xbox and the PlayStation guys, they're so stupid. They don't even understand that this game got nothing to do with you. These are the biggest idiots on the planet where they think if you don't like the same game that you don't like, that you hate them. What's wrong with these people? They're just so stupid. Wake up. Wake up. This has nothing to do with you. This is love teaching. I'm saving gaming. I am preserving gaming. Get it to your thick skulls. And if you're going to get in the way, then you're going to have to take this heat too. My targets directly toward Microsoft. My targets are directly towards PlayStation. My targets would be on Nintendo, but they're not doing anything right now for me to get. Only the last thing they did was the Russian thing. The last thing they did was they stepped in on the Activision and Blizzard thing. But besides, that was all Nintendo of America anyway. Nintendo Japan is focused on sculpting and multing the new games. My complaints with Nintendo are not, the complaints that everybody else has with Nintendo are not complaints in my book. Oh my God. This thing has an RDNA chip in there, man, to give me the lifelike graphics. That's not my complaint. That's not my battle. That's not my war. I don't care. Oh my God. What's going on with the multiplayer? The multiplayer. What's up? That's not my battle. I don't give a goddamn about the goddamn online servers at Nintendo. They run fine for me. I never had a problem. Even when it was free on the 3DS, I had no problems. I had more problems with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox than I did with Nintendo ever. I've had more problems with the PlayStation and Xbox when it pertains to online than I've ever had with Nintendo. When I played Monster Hunter, everything was perfect. When I play Pokemon, everything is perfect. Not one issue. When I was playing the Naruto Storms on the Xbox, people couldn't get in. People were getting logged out, kicking us, everybody out of the party. PlayStation, forget about it. PlayStation is the worst. I'm not upset. Why do people think I'm upset? This is love teaching. Sometimes love comes off this way. People think love is when somebody's telling you what you want to hear. When the government says, yes, it's okay that you could dress up like a woman. No. The government don't love you because of that. They hate you. That's hate. When you tell somebody everything that they want to hear so that you can garner subscribers, garner likes, garner views, garner support. That's bull crap. Your father told you what you needed to hear. Son, don't do that. And at the time, oh man, Dad, you don't understand, man. You don't understand, man. I feel like a woman, man. No, you don't. Stop that. Put that down. Go wash up. Go to bed. 20 years later, after your genitals have been chopped off, you're walking around looking crazy. All of a sudden you go, damn, Dad was right. I'm daddy. I am the daddy of gaming. I'm daddying you guys right now. You're too stupid to understand. You're like little kids. This is brand new to you. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I was doing it for 30 years. I was doing it for 35 years. Guess what? You weren't doing it right. Just because you've been having sex doesn't mean you know how to pleasure a woman. Just because you've been eating doesn't mean that you've been eating food correctly. It's 100 chews. Are you chewing your food 100 times? Or are you just swallowing it down? Y'all don't even know the proper way to hold the controller. Y'all don't know the proper way to sit in front of a television while you're playing your games. I bet a lot of you sit in chairs. You need to be sitting on the floor. Realigning your spine. Your spine needs to be... I know there is a bad development in gaming, though, in terms of what I like to play. Your truth is not truth. I don't give a damn what you like. It's what you need. We need to get out this what I like, what I like, what I like. No, it's what you need. What you like is not gaming. So stop walking around. You can't sit here and claim you're a woman just because you feel like a woman. Not a woman. Do I need to go even deeper than that? I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Just because you feel like a woman doesn't make you a woman. Number one, you don't even know how a woman feels. You don't. You can look at a woman and observe a woman and you can see what a woman is doing and you go, okay, that's what a woman is. But you ain't no woman. You don't not know how a woman feels. And that is extremely offensive to say that you as a man know how a woman feels. You don't know. I don't know. I don't want to know. I know how I feel. And I know what I'm doing is real gaming. Why? Because when I was saying this 20 years ago, y'all all told me I was wrong. Now everybody's doing what I said what real gaming was. I'm daddy. Yeah, I'm living in my truth. Yeah, it's my truth. Let's get back to our notes, guys. How long have we been going? Like I said, I'm in a good mood. 2 hours. Wow. We got to end it here, guys. We got to end it here. I got to get ready for work anyway. I was going to go for another hour. But I can't go that long. I can't go for too long. But anyway, I'll save some more notes for throughout the weeks. It's plenty to talk about, but the moral of the story is that yes, I can go into this whole long diatribe of warning, do not buy The Last of Us Part 1, but I will become a broken record. My challenge for Sony, PlayStation, and for the Sony faithful fans and for the Xbox fans, this is my challenge. Except for giving us a remaster or a remake, let's actually start making some video games. Let's start pushing in the future of gaming. Let's create the future of gaming. Even if you fail, because you're going to fail with The Last of Us Part 1, and you're going to fail anyway. You're going to fail with the Halo Infinites. You're going to fail with the Forza Horizons. If they were winning, we would have game sales, not player sales. How many people are playing the game? That means nothing. If we were winning, games wouldn't be being ported to the PC so fast. So you're going to fail anyway, but at least let's fail upwards. Let's create something revolutionary. And you have a higher chance of creating something or taking a risk now more than ever. Because back then, if you took a risk and the game came out and it didn't sell, but like 10 years later, 20 years later, the game finally picks up and it becomes a cult following. It becomes big in the underground scene. Back then, you would kind of create a game and it would just disappear. But now we have YouTube, and a lot of YouTubers are coming out and saying, check out this hidden gem. And people are going back to play them, but PlayStation or Microsoft or Nintendo doesn't own it. So you have to go through used game markets to get askings for it. And people are asking for these high asking prices. But now you got DRM. So now you can take that risk. And if it didn't pick up today and it picked up tomorrow, guess what? All of the money would go to you because they would have to go through you to get access to that game through the DRM and the digital market and the digital scene. So I think now more than ever, except for trying to give us watered down experiences and not taking risk, I think now and more than ever, you should be so creative, these companies. And we should demand creativity from these companies. Not implementing features that we've already seen from Call of Duty and things of that such. That's not reinventing the wheel. Doing what other games are doing. The other day, hold on. The other day they show Western gaming is just an embarrassment at this point to even look at. It's embarrassing to look at the fans, and it's embarrassing to look at the games. Look at this. Look at this. I can go into this whole diatribe how you really can't tell. Actually, the PlayStation 4 version looks better. There was no need for this goddamn remake. It's stupid. Yes, I can go into this whole thing. Yes, okay, I get it. You can't tell the difference. It looks stupid. Okay, I can go into I can go into a long diatribe. But listen, I'm just more or less challenging you, the developers and the fans. But hold on, guys. Let's got a lot of notes here that we will get back to later on. Not only that, we will be doing a conspiratorial podcast this Thursday. We will be doing conspiratorial. So many. Oh, okay, here it is. Here's the new Batman. And the Xbox guys thought that this looked phenomenal. And I was like, okay. Here's the new Batman Arkham. This is the supposed game that's not going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch because the Nintendo Switch is not powerful enough to run it. Now, Now, I told you guys the Nintendo Switch is far more of a powerful console than the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. I told you that. Now, look at the supposed power that the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 has. Look, watch this. Look at this. Look at this. Let me expand the view for you. Look at this. Look what we're missing out on, guys, on the Nintendo Switch owners. Look what we're missing out on. Look at this. Look at this.
You ready?
What the hell? I hate when I go into the StreamYard. It does this. What the hell, man? Look.
You ready?
Look. You ready? Look. Witty one-liners. Look at this garbage. What the hell? What the hell?
I want to play.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we're just missing out. Look at the power. The Nintendo Switch is that power. The Switch is so weak. Oh my god. What the hell was that? It looks like Robin had glue or something, some bubble gum stuck to the bottom of his shoe. He was moving like he was a PlayStation 1 character. He was moving like the character. You ever played WWE Warzone? He was moving like that character. Remember WWE Warzone? What the? He was telegraphing his attacks.
You ready?
What the frick is this, man? My God. Hold on. I said something, and then the guy said, well, the appeal is the great graphics. What? This looks like a damn PlayStation 3 game. The graphics and they said to go back to what I was saying, I'm tired of playing games that play exactly like another game. Somebody was like, this game plays like it plays like Guardians of the Galaxy from Square Enix. Wait, what? It plays like another game? That's the appeal of this game? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I would never buy a freaking video game because it reminds me of another game. It's the same exact game as the other game. What? Why would I do that? Why would anybody do that? This is the reason why we're calling out fake gamers within an alarming rate. People are getting called out, man. People are looking stupid, man. We're going to start looking through people's collections pretty soon. Soon we're going to start looking through these people's collections. What the hell is going on? Speaking of what's going on with these hackers, man? Oh my God. They're really slowing down the energy. And the people that's going to be rewatching the stream, they're not going to see this. Sorry, everyone. These random hackers keep coming in here. A little small channel, and they're coming in here. That's because this channel's there's more people in here watching, but that number's a lie. There's about like 5 million people in here. I'm like, why? I only got 3 people in here. What's these hackers doing in here? That's a fake number. Look at Saints Row and how that. Yeah, Western Gaming is dead, dude. Those aren't real games. Y'all been playing garbage this whole time, yo. I swear. This is why I used to think I was crazy back in the day because I was yelling and screaming at y'all. But now y'all understand. This stuff always been trash, bro. Man, you talking around, man. You Gotham Knights is going to be amazing game. Okay, whatever. You say so, bro. When the game flops, they'll put out a Batman collection for the Witch. Yeah. Oh, the Switch. Yeah. I ain't buying that garbage. I don't care if it came on the Dreamcast. Piece of junk. Sorry, guys. I'm downloading games here. I've been downloading these games for the past 3 days. It was crazy. I might have to do this all over again because I got to buy even bigger memory card. Damn it. Call of Duty is the nice to get exposed like always. Call of Duty was the last Call of Duty was sold like toilet water. It was a complete flop. And then Activision, and then Sony and Microsoft are banking on Call of Duty. What two stupid, pathetic companies that do exactly the same thing? They create the same games. They do exactly the same thing, and yet the Xbox and PlayStation guys are fighting with each other, and it's the same exact stupid console. After offering you no games, multi-plats. What a joke. Warning, do not buy The Last of Us Part 1. I don't know what more I can say to convince you. We need to show that these developers that we want real games. We don't want remakes of remasters. The Xbox guys will buy this. The PlayStation guys will not buy this. I don't care how diehard he is. He's not buying this. But the Xbox guys will buy because for some strange, odd reason, they like that garbage. And they want it on the Xbox. Pathetic. Truly pathetic. You would never get anything so stupid coming from Nintendo fans. Anyway, I got to go. Thank you so much for everybody. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, Gotham Knights would be game of the year. Yeah. So many games are disappointing. No, so many games you play are disappointing. That's why I said it's not about what you like. It's about what you need. You just proved my point, you idiot.